Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. And in this particular video, I'll be explaining problem B from Codeforces round 958. Okay, problem name is make majority. The problem is very simple, guys. There is just a observation that we have to make here, and the problem is just a piece of cake for everyone. Okay, so first of all, let's try to understand the problem statement. Then we will see how we can solve this. So what problem says is you are given a sequence of some numbers, okay, and the numbers are either 0 or 1, okay. Each number is going to be either 0 or 1. You can apply several operations to the sequence, okay. In each operation, what you have to do is you have to choose two integers, means basically you have to choose a sub array, you have to choose a range. Let's suppose uh, here is the given array, okay. Now in this you have to choose a range, and after choosing the range means after choosing L and R means left point and right point of the range. After choosing this, what you have to do is you have to replace all the elements with of that particular range with a single element x, that is the majority of all the elements in that particular range. Now let me simplify this statement. What they are saying is choose a range means choose 2 points L and R and remove all the elements in this range, okay, and replace all the elements with a single element that is majority of that particular range. And what is majority? Majority is means we have to count number of zeros and number of ones in the given range, and if number of zeros are greater than or equals to number of ones, then 0 is going to be the majority element. Otherwise, if 1 is means the count of 1 is strictly greater than 0 in the given in the chosen range, then 1 will be considered as the majority element. I hope problem statement is clear to everyone. Now let's talk about how we can solve this, guys. Okay, fine. So one thing I can say here, that is, if let's suppose if there is a given range. Now let's not talk about range. Let me make a claim here. If count of ones in the complete range is greater than count of zeros, okay. If count of ones in the complete range means the array that has been given to us, if the count of ones in the complete range is greater than count of 0, strictly greater than, then my answer is going to be always yes, okay. My answer is going to be always yes. Can I say this thing for a moment? Let's suppose there are some set of ones, 4 ones, and there are 3 zeros, okay. Now what I can do is at a time I will choose 2 ones and 1 zeros. Now what is happening here? I am losing my 1 0 and 1 1, okay. Means after one operation, the problem has been converted to simple sub problem, and in this sub problem, number of zeros are going to be greater than number of means number of ones are going to be greater than number of zeros. Why? Because in the previous problem, number of ones was greater than number of zeros, okay, and I have removed equal number of ones and equal number of zeros from the given sequence. So one thing is for sure here, that if number of ones are greater than number of zeros in the complete range, then I can say that okay, my answer will always be possible, okay. And if that is not the case, means if my number of ones is less than or equals to number of zeros in the complete range, then answer will never be possible, okay. So these are the two things, means this is the thing that we have to check here only, that if the number of ones are strictly greater than number of zeros or not in the given range, okay. But this is not the complete solution, guys. Still one thing is remaining. Let me clear that by taking a test case, okay. Now this is the simple test case that I have taken here, okay. This one is the case. In this case, according to me, means according to the thing that I have explained just a moment before, means if count of ones is greater than strictly greater than count of 0, then answer is going to be yes. But in this, count of 1 is smaller than count of 0, but still answer is possible in this particular case. Pause the video and think for a moment why it is so. Why answer is possible in this case if count of 1 is smaller than count of zeros in this case. Think for a moment. Guys, what they have said? They have said that we can choose a range and we can replace the elements with the majority of that particular range, okay. Now just think that if we choose all the elements that are zeros, okay, don't you think so that we can compress these zeros to a single zero, because the majority of this range is going to be 0, so we can replace complete range with a single 0. Similarly for this, we can replace the complete range with a single 0. Now what is the modified array? 1 0 1 0 and 1. Now in this case number of ones is strictly greater than count of zeros, so answer is possible. Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone that how we are doing the things. Means if we are getting a continuous zeros, then it is always optimal to compress those zeros with a single zero, because if we are having a number of zeros in a greater count, then that will be a disadvantage for us. So it is always optimal to compress number of zeros. Means if we get a continuous number of zeros, then we will try to compress that number of zeros to a single zero. Okay, and after that, after compressing all the continuous zeros, we will check that if number of ones are strictly greater than count of zeros or not. Okay, so this is the simple logic that we have to use here. And if I try to show you the code, then code is also very simple. What I'm doing is, first of all, I'm taking n and string as input. Okay, then what I'm doing is, this is the function that is used to compress the number of zeros. Okay, basically what I'm doing is I'm counting the continuous zeros. Okay, and I'm pushing that into a vector. Means I'm considering this complete as a single zero. Means, and what about the number of ones? Number of ones is simply the count of ones in the given array, because we will try to maximize the number of ones and minimize the number of zeros. Okay, so that we will satisfy the condition that count of ones is strictly greater than count of zero. Okay, so for that reason what I'm doing is I'm counting this as single zero, this as single zero. Okay, so this is the thing that is done by this function. I think this is a standard problem on LeetCode that count number of continuous zeros and number of continuous ones in a given array. So this is the thing that I'm doing. And after that, if number of ones is greater than number of zeros, then answer is yes, otherwise answer is no. Okay, so yeah, this was all about problem B, guys. I will try to make the video on problem C also, so stay tuned and thanks for watching.